Can anything stand in the way of Dominaria United becoming the #1 set this year? The sales in the single market are simply incredible. Hey guys, welcome back. That's right, I'm going with a Stargate motif today. I know, really it's Karn walking up to the Stargate, but in this case it's just me sitting in the backdrop. How's everyone doing? I'm MTG Moxman here, and thanks a lot for hanging out with me on my YouTube channel. So guys, here's where we have it. Dominaria United, it's out, it's released, it's in the wilds. It's out there. People are buying it. People love it. But you know how much this is what I know. They love it so much. They are buying it in such droves. Although prices are falling on a lot of the single cards already, they're still being bought by the tens of thousands. When we go through the video today and I show you the hot 10 and you see what the hottest selling cards are this week, you will see. If you've watched any of my hot 10 videos for modern standard, the regular edition cards, not reserve list, that's on Sundays, these sales for the last couple of weeks, as Dominaria has been coming closer and closer to release, these sales just keep coming up and up, and this week is no different. This is incredible stuff. I don't think there's really much argument now out there. Even double flip trip masters didn't hold more than a week or two before other things started to pop up on the market. And this set right now, as it stands, Dominaria United may overshadow, overpower, just take over everything. The only thing that can stand in its way really at this point is Brothers War. And we don't know how that's going to come out. We'll get closer to that in the next 30 days or so. But when we look at this coming up and I see these sales everywhere, I don't know what's going to stand in their way. I know the Lost Legends is a massive hit. Some people hate it, but so many people don't care if you hate it and they're buying it anyway. I know all those players that first said, I refuse to buy it, man. I'm not buying it. I canceled my order. I know a lot of those people well. But for everyone that said they're not going to buy it, 2 people said they were. The stained glass art looks amazing. The full art foils are breathtaking. I've opened it myself, watched the video. Lost Legends, searching things out. This stuff is crazy to see, guys. The singles on this are incredible. We're going to count this down from number 10 to number 1. And you guys tell me what you think in the comments section. What do you think is going on out there? Because I'm loving what I'm seeing. Let's just get to the party. Let's get there. So here we are starting with Sarah Paragon. Now guys, look at this card. $35 Canadian near mint locally still. The average price is $19.91 US. A foil is $22.50 US. That's interesting to me, a little bit of variation. I enjoy that. €18.73 to get this card into your house. Not too shabby. 2,318 sales is the lowest sales this week for a card in the top 10. When we take a closer look at what Sarah Paragon is going to do for you, this is going to find a home in a few decks, guys. 2 white, 2 other, 3/4 flyer, guys. But remember, once during each of your turns, you may play a land from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. If you do, it gains when this permanent is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, exile it, and you gain 2 life. So this card gains you life. It brings lands and other kind of cards back from your graveyard. Think about all the things like Evolving Wilds that you can bring back with cards like this. This is going to be a card that you have to kill on sight. It doesn't look like much of a threat at the beginning, but it's going to cause problems. It is going to ramp up other decks who are built around using your graveyard to get more game effects going. Don't underestimate this card's value. Pay attention to it because other people are. I actually ordered 4 of them already. I didn't want to wait. I know. Wait the 90 days. I know. But I had some store credit, so I decided to dive in and get this card out of the way because I know I'm going to be using 4 for the rest of my playing career in Magic. I couldn't help myself. And I got the pre-release pricing, so I did save a few bucks. That's not what I paid. I'll tell you that much right now. Plus, you get a discount at some of these stores. So when we take a look now at the number 9 card, and that is Joda the Unifier. And it's this version, by the way. So it's the showcase stained glass version. $15 Canadian near mint for this card. The average price is $11.13 US. €17 though and 50 cents to get this card to your house is expensive, and I'm sorry for you guys overseas, that price sucks. 2,500 sales in a week. Okay, this guy wasn't even on the list last week. And when you look at a closer, kind of bird's eye view of this card, People will like him, number one, for a 5 mana, decent card that you can use as your commander. It's gonna find a home. Legendary creatures you control get +X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. So this is, let's be honest, guys, this is like Sliver Legion. Okay, he's legendary himself, and it says legendary creatures, which includes himself. It doesn't say other legendary creatures. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lower casting cost value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Think about how disgusting this card is. Not only is Joda getting your cards out. When you look at this, this is designed for Commander. Okay, it's a secondary effect. It's not just going to be an amazing card to have in the standard rotation for people who play with Dominaria United. Joda here is going to find homes in Commander built around legendary creatures, low casting cost legendary creatures. Okay, things like Ragavan, Reads the Redeemed, low-level guys you can get out there quickly and start jumping out your mana. That's what you want to do. And it's an amazing card. For this price, I hope it falls further. I would like to buy a couple, but I'm willing to wait the 90 days on this guy because I think he'll drop a little bit further than this because people won't see that potential quite yet. Now, the number 8 card this week is the Resurrected. I know, I always pronounce his name right. Irtai, whatever. The Resurrected. I look at him and I see 2,671 sales. The price is continually falling. He's down to $2.50 Canadian near mint. I look at the average price being $1.64 US, a foil at $2.45. I kind of like that. And €1.62 to get this guy into your house. We've seen other cards designed like this before. Okay, 1 black, 1 blue, 2 other. He has flash though. When it comes into battlefield, you choose 1. Counter target spell, activate ability, or triggered ability. Its controller draws a card. So you can kind of stop something from happening. Or destroy another target creature or planeswalker. Its controller draws a card. So he's going to be a temporary fix. He's going to jump into the battlefield. He's a 3/2, which isn't too powerful. But he is going to stomp a spell. He's going to stop something from happening. He's going to eliminate a pesky planeswalker. He's going to make things work for you, at least in the short run. Yeah, your opponent gets a card, but there's a little bit of drawback to flashy cards like this. Get it? You see what I did with that? Flash? I know. What can I say, guys? It's a top 10 video. You got to be a little bit corny with this stuff. It's a great card. He's going to drop down to about $1. Enjoy the fall as he gets there. He will be used by people, but he won't see as much play after he rotates out as people think he will. Now, the number 7 card this week is Braids the Arisen. Again, Braids the Arisen, showcase version, and it is falling in price. It's going to settle probably around $1, $1.50. It will see play. There'll be other cards that will come along that connect with this card. It just hasn't happened yet. I recommend buying a play set. I think that's fair market value. $2.99 Canadian makes it the exact same as the US price, so it's actually cheaper to buy it in Canada, which is crazy. €5 is ridiculous, and I feel bad for you guys again because that's not what you should be paying. I look at this here and I say, at the number 7 card with 2,800 sales, what a great card to have around. People are looking at this right now, and the problem we have is how you're going to break Braids and make it really work for you. 2 black, 1 other. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent of that type. If they don't, they're going to take some damage, and you get to draw a card. I know it is actually not as great as people think right now in the short run, but what I've seen and what I've been trying to do is I'm using it to blow up my lands. I made a white black deck with the Paragon. I'm blowing up lands and bringing them back. And if the opponent, because don't forget, when you blow them up and they die again, if they get eliminated again, you're gaining the 2 life. The opponent's losing 2 life, and I'm still bringing back that land again, so it's not really hurting me. And the opponent has to sacrifice some life and give me some cards. It's a nice little combo. It's cheap to get out, and it's not, they don't see it as a threat right away, so they don't really deal with it dead on. Especially when you get it early. They think, who cares? What are they going to do? When you start blowing up your land, they can lay the Paragon. It is so sweet to see that stuff happen. It can stunt your mana growth, though, so pay attention. Cheap card, going to sell around $2.50, maybe a little bit lower. We'll see. That's Canadian. Now, the number 6 card this week wasn't even on the list the week before, and that is the Silverback Elder. A lot of my friends are talking about this card. Some of the guys in my play groups. $13 Canadian near mint. Average price $10.94 US. Look at that overseas. We got the €7.11. See, it's getting better for you guys. It's getting better there. The foil at $11.93 I think is fair. And the foiling does seem pretty good on this set, by the way. Dominaria United, the foiling does seem decent, guys. I want to tell you that. I was pretty impressed with what I've seen for the showcase stuff. Now, the Silverback Elder is only a 5 mana. Now, it's 3 green, which seems crazy. But there are lots of ways of jumping mana out right now, okay? And remember, this is not legendary. You could have 4 of these things. The fact it's a 5/7 for 5 already makes it a decent card. But it says, whenever you cast a creature spell, choose 1. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest in the bottom of your library, or you can gain 4 life. There are choices available from this card that just make it just one step above what you would expect. It makes it that much better. Not only is he a 5/7 that has to be dealt with. Every time I'm playing some kind of weird creature spell, putting things out from my hand, I'm going to either blow up some artifacts, some enchantments. I'm gonna draw some cards. I'm gonna gain some life. You know, as soon as you start cycling your deck and putting your land into play, you're really thinning things out. This card has a lot of advantages. A great card. Don't underestimate this stuff, guys. Now, the number 5 card, Cut Down. I have tried using this, and I'm actually having trouble using it. Okay, 2,923 sales, $2 in Canada, $1.11 US. Like, this is a very cheap card. Okay, it's not an expensive card, but people have to remember. This is what I keep having trouble with. Destroy target creature with total power and toughness of 5 or less. So it's a 2/3 or a 3/2. Okay? Not a 5/5. Yeah, I tried a couple times. I wonder why it wasn't working on Arena that first day. And I realized, oh yeah, it's not as good as I think. I keep thinking it. And it's not. So it's a decent card. It is at instant speed. And if you get it early in the game, yeah, it's going to help turn things in your favor against some of their first castings. You're basically trading a card for a card, though. You're going to blow up their 3/2, but you're losing a card as well because you're using this to cast it out. Just to remember that. It's a trade-off. You're not actually coming out ahead because this card doesn't give you any draw advantage. It doesn't put the opponent behind the 8-ball or anything. So remember that. I ended up taking these out, and I am not using them because I'm using better effective creatures like the Silverback, which have multiple game effects that will help me in my game. Just saying, it's not as good as people thought. Now, the Leaf Crown Visionary, number 4, 2,981 sales this week. Crazy. $10 Canadian for a near mint copy. $7.35 US is the average. If you look overseas, it's €7 and 38 cents to get this card into your house. This one we knew was going to end up in people's commander decks. You can see other elves you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. This I've already seen multiple times now with the Silverback because it's not legendary. Like right now in Standard, you can have 4 of it. But people in Commander are buying it, and people are buying it for right now Standard rotation play. They're enjoying playing with it. There are not a huge amount of elves at the moment, but when you look at what's available to you, you can have a blast with this card. I saw people getting some sick combinations going, so keep an eye on it right now. I expect the price to drop a little bit further, actually, but it's leveling out right now, so I might be wrong on that. We'll see how it plays out. The number 3 card, Plaza of Heroes, 3,019 sales. This thing has been a juggernaut. It really hasn't stopped. It keeps having high sales. $12 Canadian near mint. Players know what they've got here, okay? They know what they've got. The average price is $9.88 US. The market's $8.88. The foil there is $10.62. It looks like I cut off a little bit of the air when I apologize for those overseas. When I look at this card and you see what it does, you know, people forget. Who cares about adding the colorless? It's building these legendary decks with Joda, where you can tap for any color among the legendary permanents you control. You get a couple of these little low-level multi-legendary guys, and you're starting to add massive amounts of mana to your mana pool of any color combinations you need. Maybe to cast out some beautiful, amazing Joda, but at the same time, maybe you want to cast a Timeless Lotus. And you want to put that into play and have a good time with it because it's a Timeless Lotus. Yeah, I added that in there. I couldn't help myself. Timeless Lotus ain't making the top 10. It's actually a pretty high-priced card right now. The Plaza of Heroes, people know what they got. It's an amazing card. It's going to see play. Now, when we're going ahead and taking a look at the next card, I apologize, guys. A little ringer went up and I didn't have everything on mute. I apologize. The number 2 card is the Relic of Legends. This card, I kind of expected some high sales. 3,160 sales. It's less than $2 a card US. Here in Canada, by the way, it's $3 Canadian. And, you know, it is decent. I got to be honest. It's a 3 generic casting cost. It taps for any color, which is great for these, you know, the combinations they want you to use in Dominaria. It makes perfect sense. but tap an untapped legendary creature you control to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. You get some low-level legends in there, and you're casting things like Joda on turn 4 with no problems at all. Remember this stuff, okay? And as soon as Joda hits the field, all those other low-level legendaries you got get all kinds of pluses. It's sick. I haven't done it yet. I've seen it a couple times right now in some trial runs. We'll see when this deck gets a little more slicked out, though. Expect great things to happen, and it's because of joining cards like this that kind of help mana fix your deck to that perfect synergy. Now, the number 1 card this week kind of threw me as a surprise, but I'm glad it's here. The number 1 card is Leyline of Binding. Okay, 3,260 sales this week. Now, the average price in Canada, locally here, is $22 Canadian. It seems really high. This card's going to tank down a lot more in price, okay? Don't expect it to stay this high. Just it has so many sales, and FOMO is set in that people are buying it. The average price is $12.08, €6.74 to get this card into your house. But when we take a closer look at it, it's a 6 casting. 1 white, 5 other. Flash, Domain. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type. So if you're using these multicolored decks, which they want you to use, that's why they gave us all the ping lands and pain lands and we got all this crazy stuff. When Leyline of Binding enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-land permanents. This is not a creature. This isn't like a pacifism. This thing is getting rid of any non-land permanent. And let's face it, if you got 1 of every type of mana, this thing costs 1 to cast. And it has flash. Some opponent puts some crazy thing out, boom, flash that in, it's gone. That's why people like it. Because we are going to see 5-color decks. This is going to happen. Not much is going to stop it. This is coming our way. The Leyline is going to see massive play because the mana fixing that Wizards expects us to use inside Dominaria United, with all the combinations of things they've given us to make, getting all these lands out, getting your mana out, it's going to happen. And it's awesome. Because it's going to make us a little more creative in what our deck builds are going to be like. And you're going to see a lot more variance in what people try to put together and see what they can make work inside Dominaria United with the sets we have in rotation. It's going to be a fabulous time. I hope you guys are enjoying the set as much as I am. Because these sales are crazy. And they're crushing. You notice nothing here from Double Flip Turf Masters is even making the list. Most of the cards from Double Masters 2022 are in like the 100 to 200 range per sale. A couple, the Unearth and stuff are like 300-400 sales. I stopped counting because they weren't even close to anything I was getting here. Guys, this has been a real eye-opener of what can happen when a set has a good name like Dominaria, when you got good sales that are following through and players are enjoying what they see. People see potential in the cards. Wizards has hit this as a home run. I think we're going to see it as the number 1 set unless Brothers War can really take it to the next level. So I'm looking forward to reading your comments in the comment section. Thanks a lot for hanging out to the end of the video like this. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit around with me here and go through these amazing sales. Have an awesome day today wherever you are in the world of Magic and have some fun with Dominaria United. It's a great set and I hope we don't get rushed out of it. I hope you guys get to enjoy it as much as I am. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm just kidding, I'm still here. You want to know what this channel would be without patrons supporting me? It wouldn't exist. I would have given up by now. Thank you to all the patrons, new and old. Thank you again. I know we're sitting here in the backdrop. You're chilling out. I'm looking, did I clean my nails properly? You never know after box openings. You want to make sure everything's neat and tidy on camera there. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. MTG Moxman here. Chilling like a villain in the backdrop, I know. So, what are you guys thinking? Good day today? You chilling out? Doing some chores like I'll be doing? I'm actually filming this really late. My filming schedule got messed up this week. I was trying to do all those videos. And here we are at the end. This is Saturday morning at 2 in the morning, which is way past my bedtime. But I had to get this ready for you guys for the morning. I wanted to put it out there. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Especially my guys who are special and make it to the end of all my videos and watch all my content and support this channel. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. There are some people who just come for the odd video, but there are some of you here who watch each and every video. You know what it means to watch through, make sure that, commercials go off and stuff, and really support us by making sure I get paid for some of this stuff. And I appreciate that, guys. So thanks again. Yeah, interesting sales, right? That is nutty. Crazy stuff. Anyway, if you're one of the patrons, one of my YouTube membership guys, thanks again, guys. Thanks a lot. And all my regular viewers, thank you too. And yeah, why not? Thank Teddy Ruxpin. It was a great toy as a kid. Have a great day, everyone.